What's up, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Tvshka and Josh. Josh,
hey.
Dude. Hey, we're back, man. We're finally doing a second episode of Watchalong.
We got to 2. We got to 2 for once.
Can we get to 3? Stay tuned to find out. But hey, what did you think about episode 1 of Invincible?
I thought it was a fantastic. Like I said before, just when you thought it was going to go one way, it flipped it on its head, and that's kind of what this show is. It takes where you think it's going to go, and then like, no, we're going to go this way.
I guess let's crack them open, man. You got one?
Yeah. Yep. Cheers.
Cheers. Chin chin. And salud.
Previously,
target dark seismic.
I guess I get to keep my superhero boyfriend after all.
They're gonna make babies this season.
Totally forgot about that alien thing.
One of your people. It's been an honor, sir.
Still hurts my back.
Reginald Johnson High School. Love it.
Maybe you're even wondering if you're ready for this. For what comes next.
Dark seismic. I never taught.
Didn't you fall into like a huge pool of lava?
I fell into a new realm of understanding.
You're running out of time.
He's got a decent power set.
No.
Speed.
Title card.
Title card.
That's your idea of a summer vacation? Every episode.
I went to basic training.
Please tell Amber how to
for my senior
I'm
summer.
gonna go help finish the reconstruction up in Chicago.
Basically door to door.
How about we take a little break? I found some crazy deals online. I'm thinking beach trip. You and me. Somewhere tropical with a fancy hotel. Bermuda, maybe St. Lucia.
Seriously?
Call it a graduation present.
Key Largo.
I want
to
get paid for this song.
Oh, somebody got me in the balls.
Maybe if you trained more and complained less, we could get back to saving lives.
I always forget the guy's name.
We just stopped him.
Yeah, Jason Mantzoukas.
Boo-boo that could use some.
And second, that's inappropriate language.
If his character would just pull out a hot dog, just start eating it.
Boo.
Somebody help me.
I am helping. Helping make sure scum like you never hurt another innocent person again.
Interesting.
Swear to me. Swear to me.
Darkwing
He doesn't
Duck.
kill people. I was Night Boy, his assistant.
Assistant? You're like a nut bitch.
Sidekick? We don't use that term. It's degrading.
Yeah, that's when you go airborne.
Good movie. Airborne.
Hey, right? Dude, did he just call you a piece of ladies' underwear?
Against those like you.
Okay, there we go. That's what I was waiting on.
The Shadowverse. You would never.
Like you said, I'm Omni-Man's son.
Dun, dun, dun.
You have no idea what I'm capable of.
He's not depressed. He just likes the dark.
Yeah.
There. I let go of.
Debie, I didn't mean that.
Yeah, you
That's
did.
what this is about, isn't it?
You did.
That
You fucked
you're
up
in
mouth,
control,
bitch.
not him.
Who respects
That
a
he's
guy
not
named
like his
Cecil?
father.
Debbie?
Shout out to all the
Yeah.
Cecils
I
out
can't
there.
believe you even think that after everything Mark went through.
Yeah. Shout out to all the
And what if
Cecils.
you
Go
decide you
change your
can't trust
name.
him? What then?
It's dumb.
That won't happen.
Change it to
I wish I
Laser.
believed you.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Or
Debbie,
Blazer. Or
I meant what I
Taser.
said.
We're the other
About looking
Azers.
out for Mark. No dangerous stuff until he's ready.
He's alive.
Yeah, I know. Dude, you say that every time.
Debbie.
What is going on?
There, 24 karat. You can sell this.
Turn it back.
Meow.
Nothing's weird.
I have to
I
run.
don't want
Superhero
it.
with daddy
Someone
issues.
me about my work in Chicago.
Or sell
please
it
go
and
get $1
then
million?
just give him cash.
Hi there.
Right?
I'm calling on behalf of the
Can't you
Katie
literally
Giles
create
campaign to
cash?
ask for
Yeah,
your vote
right?
in next
Give them
month's
fucking
state
errands.
cultural
Not
election.
counterfeit.
There's this great Thai place down the street.
I had somewhere else in mind.
Henry.
Oh my God.
The Eiffel Tower.
You brought me to Paris?
Yep. Told you.
Sort of.
Is
Oh, it's
that a
Vegas?
casino?
Put the point on the bull. Ah, fuck.
Vegas.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, so
seen
it's
that
just
Eiffel Tower
Las
before.
Vegas.
Just make sure the voice in your ear isn't the only one you listen to.
That's pretty good.
You're
Right?
way too good for me.
You gonna get me
Yeah.
down?
Also, I need to take you back to work first.
Since your dad vanished like a fart in a hurricane, Atlantean law dictates that his sentence falls to his next of kin.
I don't know why that
You.
saying gets me every time.
That's a stupid law.
Fart in a hurricane.
Maybe. But Atlantis controls
That's
the
great
ocean.
words.
They threaten to erase the eastern seaboard if we don't deal with this.
You want me to go to
Like
war
fart
against an
knocker,
entire
ass
underwater
clown.
civilization?
Douche
Yeah.
nozzle.
Said
That's
anything
always a
about
fun
war.
one.
Douche nozzle is a good one
According
too.
to
Or just
Atlantean custom, the only way to
douche
atone for the
box.
king's murder is to marry his widow.
What?
Douche parcel.
It's an honor. You think about it.
I can't marry a fish. I have a girlfriend.
Relax. It's strictly symbolic. All you have to do is go through the ceremony. Maybe kiss the bride.
Exactly am
I think what they're saying is she's
You're
not a
right.
virgin. They can tell that.
Yeah, they can tell that.
Sorry, kid. I got another
Yeah.
fire to put out.
Chicago.
Good luck down there. I'll be listening.
Nope. Not this bullshit again. I'm not doing another me.
Murder, sex. Murder, sex.
Release the Depth Dweller!
Oh, he didn't say Kraken.
And it's a little kid.
It's a squeaky toy on his head.
I know, right? The chew toy sound.
Yeah.
Let's sell this bitch.
Okay.
Oh,
Also, let me
wow.
fix your box.
This place is adorable.
Yep, and nobody died in it. Come on in.
Yeah,
Hi.
it didn't explode. Ah, bitch.
Bye, Felicia. Oh, dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
It was a squeaky sound.
that's a nightmare. That's a cute nightmare. Silly goose. Throw the bottle at it. Yeah.
You motherfucker!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stomp it.
Yes, it was embarrassing. Yes, it was my plan. But we are not a joke.
Yes,
No matter
it was
what
my plan.
social media says, we are the Lizard League.
And done. He's like, okay, fuck this.
Anyone is going to turn this
Oh.
organization around, it's going to be King Lizard. Any objections?
All right.
Mm,
Whoever King
yeah.
Lizard is. Oh,
Here we
yep.
go. Extra credit. Okay.
Is it showing how King Lizard
Why
is?
should I tell you
Mm-mm. No, it's gonna show
anything?
something else.
Who the hell are
Oh.
you anyway?
Other
Think
universe?
of me as an old friend. Interesting.
Freeze! Who the hell are you?
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Make him pay for what he did to your world.
What? Stop! Hey, you promised you'd help me! Hey! Don't leave me here! Hey!
All right, man. Yeah. So that was episode 2,
Yeah.
Invincible. Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good one. I dug it. What do you think, man?
It's another great episode. Like I said
Yeah.
before, Invincible season 1 was cool. This one, we were kind of thinking we were going to get more Angstrom, and we really didn't. But it didn't
Mhm.
mean that we weren't out. We were still developing other aspects and other storylines as they go along. Obviously, to collide into one another or resolve as the
Exactly.
season goes on. But we got more Adam Eve and her turmoils, and just where she's like, she said, I'm stop being a superhero, even though she's trying to save lives. But it seems like, she makes one good step, goes back. So just a really good overall episode.
Yeah, taking the time to further develop other characters that we didn't really get a whole lot of time with maybe in the first episode.
Right.
And even jumping back to characters from the first season
Mhm.
and kind of building on that. You got, some of the fish people. You also got the Martian Man. You got Darkwing Duck. But yeah, the dark verse, man. I was afraid of the dark as a kid. Still am a little bit. What'd you think of that little moment? And will we see that again?
Yeah, it was definitely different. Like I even said, when you saw the punks, they reminded you of the opening
Yeah.
to the 89 Batman 89 of the two punks there getting beat up and everything. And then the guy was like frozen, kind of like the Joker, as I was saying in the thing. And then you realize that it's just Darkwing. his backup, or well, he says, he doesn't like to be called a sidekick with that.
Mhm.
But the dark zone itself, where they went into, I don't think this is the last time we're going to see it. Because you heard that growling. What is that growling? What are those? Whatever are they Dementors? We don't know. Or the version of Invincible is Dementors type of thing. With that dark verse, I really liked it. It was weird that once he knocked him out, it didn't part of the city that was engulfed in that red. And when they had the ominous Anoxinomoon thing going on in the background, it's kind of reminded me of that. It didn't go away at first, and then they just never touched on it. So I don't know what was going on with that. Whether that he caused that or it was just there, and I don't know. It's weird, but definitely cool stuff there. And it's definitely not the last time we see it. It kind of looked like with this episode they were with Darkwing and then the Martian and them going back to Atlantis. You were like, oh, are they just kind of reforming their Justice League thing that they had from episode 1? But Immortal's kind of a dick and just an airhead.
He's using that dick too.
Yeah. On that, I know I kind of went a little bit further along from the question, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting as far as the development of that character.
Well, and even kind of to what you said, it just kind of, there wasn't a whole lot of resolution. We were there and then we were gone, and then even with Atlantis, I mean, you kind of get that Kraken, kind of so to say, as far as that deep sea monster. He throws him down in the pit, he gets pulled down in it, and then all of a sudden he's back on the beach.
Right.
So
somehow,
somehow. I mean, a little bit of jumping. I would at least like a little bit of explanation on some of the spots, but at the same time, maybe that's something that got cut on the floor because, they just had to make time, or, it just kind of lingered maybe in some of that explanation. But usually with animation, they're pretty selective kind of on kind of what they do, because animation can be constantly just, having to do, do the art and design and rendering and everything of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
But no. So he didn't get to sleep with the fishes.
No.
I was kind of excited for that.
Yeah.
So definitely a big mislead on the title. I was waiting for that moment for him to lose his virginity to a fish.
Right.
But he almost lost his virginity on the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
There in Vegas. In Vegas, not the real one.
Right.
I mean, with this one, they kind of do a good job of really just kind of pointing out maybe the dichotomy or duality of his life, where he has to make a choice of, is it going to be my friends and family, or is it going to be the job? And Cecil
sounds like a web slinger that I know.
Right. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to be a kid and a superhero. But Cecil, I mean, something's rotten in Denmark, kind of with that situation where he's manipulating Mark in that manner, but then also with his mom.
How did Donald get back?
Yeah.
We saw him die twice in 1 second.
Yeah, no, I mean, is it clones? Is it, something else nefarious? I mean, what's going to be going on with that situation?
Well, it's not his other universe self. That was hilarious there at the end.
Yeah.
But
dude, that was
it's going to be interesting to see where they go with that, whether it's a clone, whether it's... And he seemed to not even know what the heck was going on. That was the other thing, the other layer to it. He was just like, she looked at me weird. Why did she? And he was like, don't worry about it. And, I mean, obviously Cecil's and the organization's kind of like S.H.I.E.L.D. Again, these are all tropes on the comic book world. And this is kind of like, Cecil's, his secrets have secrets, as Tony Stark says about Nick Fury and all that stuff. So that, and I dig it. It's really good there. And, obviously, and then him need to, but the thing is like, you would think he would know that the Atlanteans updated. You can't marry. You now got to fight a big Kraken.
Yeah.
But
did he know, and he just send him out there to cause some more issues and use him as a pawn? But definitely something's going on there. And what I like about this is, I mean, it's kind of like The Boys, where it's not everybody's perfect. I mean, it's not clear who's good and bad.
There's a lot of gray in Invincible.
A lot of gray, a lot of messes. Speaking of mess, Adam Eve trying to help and rebuild an apartment, and even made a kind of generated a park as well, which turned out to be on a sinkhole and nearly killed people. The very people that she, was, trying to support or help out. And her father used that against her in one of their arguments that they had. Was your father a dick like that guy?
No.
And you're right. And would you have tried to win favor by making a 24 karat apple? Yeah.
No, that whole thing is it's just sad all the way around, because you understand where the dad's coming from. Because technically, I think if we looked at the backstory of Eve, this isn't her biological mom and dad. And then obviously, now he's given work, at a McDonald's-esque fast food restaurant. That because of what happened with superheroes, so now he's kind of had, not only is she not really his biological daughter, he also just has this, a little grudge towards her because of who she is, and everything kind of comes easy where he's sitting there just working his ass off just to make ends meet and doesn't want any handouts. Those people exist all over the place because of pride, right?
Yep.
And then he's also trying to, and she just kind of feels like, and I understand where he's coming from, where she thinks she's doing good, but he understands like there's a reason, they're doing things a certain way, where she just tries to take the easy way out and cut corners in a way, even though she's using her powers. And so now she's feeling guilty, and then but he's also just not being very good at teaching her the lesson. He just screams at her, which isn't the right way to parent, according to some people. As a person with no kids, I don't know what's the right wrong way. It just comes across as not the best way. It's kind of like you demean your dog and then you tell him you're still cool, type of thing. As a person who has owned a dog before and a dog owner yourself, that's kind of how you do. You do like the bad dog, but you're still awesome type of thing, to where they're not like just scared of you the whole time. Where he just basically straight up was like, "Don't come back unless you figure it out." I'm like, "But you're supposed to help me figure it out. That's what parenting does."
Yeah, definitely not great communication.
No,
in the family. But yeah, kind of like you said, it kind of does spotlight some pretty good commentary on not necessarily like society, but I mean, to me, it's almost kind of like a generational, where you got people that want to do good, but just maybe don't know or don't have like a whole lot of wisdom or knowledge of what's the best way to go about doing that. And so kind of with this, she builds a park, it's on a sinkhole and it collapses. And, he's like, we have codes for a reason. And it's true. I mean, as aggravating as some city politics or, city codes or enforcement can be, it's there for a reason. And, there's a lot of people that, I know, here locally even, they look at city council and, well, they're corrupt, or they're just trying to, infringe on our rights. And it's like, no, they're just trying to make sure that you're keeping your yard clean, and that you do your part in supporting the city and keeping it clean and safe, or, keeping it to code. So, that way you don't have don't have a junkyard at every house kind of thing. So yeah, just kind of like that kind of disposition. And so, for her dad, it kind of seems like he's more of kind of that conservative ship or conservative side. But yeah, definitely interesting. And it's something that may not be needed for the whole superhero storyline, but it just adds to that character development. It adds to that tension as well, because we also see with Mark and his mom, they're having a little bit of conflict and not the best of communication either, right?
No, because she's going through heartbreak right now. It's just what it is, and heartbreak takes a while, and we all go through it differently on that. And so that's why she just finally, it all kind of boils up, with when she was showing that house, and the guy was basically like, I make the money, so I'm going to make the decisions and you can't say anything. And so she got the PTSD of Omni-Man, basically be like, she's just a pet. And then she gets home and the door's not working and everything just seems to be literally falling apart mentally and physically for her. And she finally just has that breakdown, and you even called, it's like, break the door. And we're like, yeah. And then we're like, oh, she's just like a puddle. And Mark came home and she just like, I gotta just let me have this moment. And then she finally just, obviously hugs her in her arms. I thought that was when we were in the episode, and then we ended up doing little bit more than that. But I was like, damn, that's a really morbid way to end the episode, even though it kind of ended up kind of morbid with the main bad guy there just leaving the evil mark.
Yeah.
And
right.
they were able to figure out a way to, in that universe, kill Omni-Man. But it's just really crazy of what the mom is going through. And she thinks she's going crazy because she saw Donald. So she's just mentally just screwed up in this, which is showing up in this episode, which you figured. Because like the first episode, she really didn't show a lot of restraint and stuff like that. And now she's feeling guilty because Cecil's having her kid not be a kid. And she just wants him to be a kid. And she's also going through heartbreak because the guy that she loved who was not who he was the whole time, and basically just saw her as just a means to an end type of thing, just to have a son so they can both take over. And she's also seeing Donald and stuff, so she's just like, what is my life? Like she feels like her whole life has been a lie right now. And that's just a lot.
Yeah, well, she's going through the stages of grief. And and we can kind of see that almost episode to episode. So first a shock, and then you're getting guilt, you're getting anger, and she's just processing through that. I thought she did a good job of restraining herself in that moment with the potential home buyer.
I would have kicked him
because I would have been like, oh hey, let me show you our new front door. Boot. Like, get that fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I just like how they played on, like, even though it looks perfect, it's still a little broken with the mailbox. Ooh, let's get some deeper meaning to stuff, but it is the subtleties of it, with the cupboard door, just not being not closing, even though everything looks normal, or the mailbox of the house, and they're like, oh, it's a beautiful house, and he's like, well, it's not, the little bitty thing. It's like, oh, it's not that close to work, which we always hear that in especially the person who works in the housing market. It's not this way. We all watch House Hunters. It's the same. It's the little bitty things, and it just because it's that little bit off perfect, even though it looks like it is. And I'd like that little subtlety in the writing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it really speaks to the kind of the larger picture, or kind of character development. But if you are buying a house, do get somebody in your life that has that critical eye. So that way exactly what's going on. But if that person is verbally abusive to their spouse, then just give me a swift kick in the nuts.
Yeah.
Just like our boy Rex Splode got. We didn't see it, but he definitely complained about it. And then he got a proverbial kick in the nuts with Immortal sleeping with duplicate Kate's there in the shower. So that was kind of cool to see. Just kind of a little bit of more development on that side, because we it started off with the group early on and kind of forming that league, but yeah, and it looks like they may be getting a new person. I don't know. I mean, I know you here in a note you put, not Martian attacks, Martian adapts.
Yeah.
Which is great because it's a shapeshifter, and which is actually what he calls himself. Is what he calls himself is Shape Smith, right? So what'd you think of that character introduction?
I did not realize it was Ben Schwartz until you told me. I didn't realize it. Sonic himself and John Ralphie, I forget. Was it John Ralphie? That was the character he plays in Parks and Rec.
In Parks and Rec,
yeah. So this unfortunately, John Ralphio, this guy is not the worst. He didn't so far. He just seems like he. So how he escaped, we thought he was going to be evil, and he's just wants to be a part of something. So it's going to be interesting to see where he goes with it. But I do like his quirky character, and and the way he I'm from Earth, and I grew up on Earth, and now I want to be part of your superhero team. And people are like, all right,
because I'm a normal human.
Because I'm a normal human.
Yeah. And Immortal, for some reason, is a dumbass.
Yeah,
and it's just like, oh yeah, this is our secret lair. Check all this stuff out. And so that's definitely going to be interesting progression. Kind of that B story.
And the Martians all got demolished, basically. So he might be the last of the Martians.
Yeah.
In that, because they were worried about it, and that's why they didn't like the astronauts going there, and they were talking about, well, we just in Invincible. They're like, well, we don't want to cause an intergalactic kegger, as Zed once said.
He's the last Marshikan.
Yeah. I was thinking the last Mohicans when you said that, but when I was getting ready to say the last of the the last Mohicans. Yeah, gotcha. Marshikans.
I can say
there
that.
You go. Yeah, last
and
Marshikans.
Cheers, another one, guys. Let's go.
So yeah, but no, I mean I like the Martian character because it's definitely different than the stoic Martian Manhunter from the original Justice League.
Yep.
Where he's just he's just very subtle and calm.
Yeah. Calculated.
Calm, calculated. Afraid of fire, if y'all didn't know.
Yeah.
For your comic people out there. But this guy's just like, I just want to be a part of something. Come on, man, and I can shapeshift.
I just want to belong.
I just want to belong.
One interesting fact that we found is that the voice of Duplicate is by Melise, and who actually is Melise Joe, and she's from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Woo! Shout out.
Right? Yeah, shout out. And shout out to Okie. But also, she's Cherokee and Chinese, which that's a good mix, man. Yeah, she's been doing a great job. So shout out to the Okie. Keep climbing that actor's ladder, man. Hopefully we get to see her maybe in some of the Echo content or some of the other things that are coming up. Shameless plug, check out our Echo trailer reaction, and stay tuned in January whenever we start doing a lot more Echo content.
Yeah. And whenever she watches this, just so you know, Tvshka saves like 3 babies a year from a burning building.
It's true.
I
start the fire, but I save him.
No. He doesn't do that. He doesn't draw attention or anything. He just does it out of the graces of his heart because he's a good humanitarian. You know, got hype him up.
Yeah. Oh no, I like it, man.
But
I was gonna say, I'm rich
that's
with
pretty
the big
much
dick.
it. I mean, for this episode, it was pretty solid. Just it wasn't boring. It developed. It moved certain things along, and also explored other things that we didn't know that we needed to know, but glad what we did. So it's allowing this show to breathe rather than just getting right to the point, but it doesn't feel like filler in that regard. So it's just grade A storytelling to me. As a person who's never written, I've written like one script back in college, but as a person who's not a professional script writer, it gets paid to do so. This seemed like really good storytelling to me.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's almost kind of like a little bit of like a buffet or a potluck. So we get to kind of graze a little bit and try everything out, but ultimately we know it's going to culminate. It's going to build to something much bigger and maybe a little bit more sinister with that creature in the dark verse, or be it Angstrom and his research. I mean, who knows what he's doing. We know the general or the gist of what he's doing as far as actually traveling to other dimensions and gathering research and just trying to figure out the best way to combat Invincible. Title card.
Right.
But yeah, man, final thoughts, and what are you expecting or hoping for in the next episode?
So I'm hoping to get our boy Seth Rogen's character, which I can't think of off the top of my head, to come back. Obviously,
alien.
We haven't seen Omni-Man. Yep. Our universe's Omni-Man, or 666, or whatever it's called in the MCU.
Yeah, right. Well, 626 was Angstrom's universe. 626
is also the code for Stitch. I don't know why I remember that, but Experiment 626. I just remember that. But anyway, I'm hoping we're seeing that. I hope, and I was just having a thought of like Angstrom going around to different multiverses. I'm hoping we don't get the Omni-Man shows back up and helps Mark defeat the other Omni-Man and Marks from the other multiverses in like some big battle. And then he says a line, there's only one there's only one Omni-Man in this universe, and that's me. So get the F out of here, and all that. J.K. Simmons voice, I can't do that yet. I'm working on it, I guess.
And I want pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah, I want pictures of Spider-Man. There you go. I want pictures of Omni-Man. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's where I'm thinking it's going.
Were you dragging or speeding up? What was it? Am I rushing or am I dragging?
Right.
Yeah.
And Adam Eve, right now, I'm liking where it's going, but also we're kind of getting the same beats, just as different part of it of like she's still trying to figure out where she belongs because every time I try and do good, it just keeps backfiring. We've had that for a season and 2 episodes, and even her little arc as far as her how she came to be Adam Eve. So I'm hoping we kind of explore more than her trying to find herself in 2 seasons, unless they're really trying. Because I'm like, I like it, but then again, what I'm saying, like it could get stale. That's one thing I'm hoping that we don't get there. And I'm actually digging. And if Ben Schwartz is voicing a character, I'm all in. I'll just give me all of that.
Yeah. Give me all the scenes with Ben Schwartz and Jason Mantzoukas.
Right.
Mantzoukas, yeah.
Just bring back the pocket dog.
Yeah, exactly. Like I want a cartoon pocket dog. Just what? I don't think so. And then
we're Charlie Day voicing one of a superhero away from just like a trio of awesome.
God, bro, that would be so good.
Yeah.
Charlie Day.
I don't know, guys. I don't know if we should go in this burning building. I don't think so.
Carol!
Yeah. Wow, call
all these Pepe Sylvias.
Right.
Yeah. You know what else is great is watching this with you, bud.
Yeah.
Always a good time. And hopefully you all watching at home had a good time too watching with us. Let us know down in the chats. Do you want Charlie Day or not? And then also, do you sleep with fishes? Actually, you know what? Don't answer the second one because that might be a little bit of bestiality. It might incriminate you because that's illegal.
Or it might mean you're dead if you watch The Godfather.
Yeah. Yep. Concrete boots, baby. But definitely leave us a like, comment, subscribe. You can follow us anywhere at Ruckus EV. You can also join us at patreon.com/RuckusEV. And you can support us at streamlabs.com/RuckusEV/tips. But yeah, for my dude, Josh, I'm Tvshka, and you all have a good one. Peace.